Good morning, everyone. My name is Ejin and I am the counselor in the session. Now, I will introduce the background of our client to provide context for the case. Our client, Inda, is a 10-year-old girl who was diagnosed with leukemia, a form of blood cancer. She has been undergoing chemotherapy for the past few weeks. Medically, she is experiencing several common side effects of treatment, including fatigue, nausea, hair loss, and loss of appetite. One of her challenges is a strong fear of injection and medical procedure, which often make her anxious before treatment. Emotionally, Inda has been showing signs of sadness, worry, and insecurity. She frequently feels overwhelmed by the hospital environment and uncertain about what will happen to her. She has also become more sensitive to change in her own body, especially her hair loss, which affect her confidence. Socially, Inda misses her normal routines, her friends at school, and the activities she used to enjoy. Being in the hospital for a long period has made her feel isolated at times. She tries to withdraw when she feels scared or unsure, and this affects how she interacts with people around her. In terms of family background, Inda comes from a home where family involved in her care, but the illness has placed significant emotional and financial burden on the family. Her mother accompanies her most of the time in the hospital, and Inda is very attached to her. She becomes anxious when she sees her mother feeling tired or stressed, which further affects her emotional stress. Because of these concerns, especially her increasing distress during procedure, truthfulness, and difficult expressing her emotion, Inda was referred for counseling by her medical team. The goal of counseling is to provide emotional support, help her express her feelings safely, and assist her in coping with the challenges of the illness and treatment. Before experiencing further, let's watch a short clip from the counseling session.
Now, let's take a look at the part of the counseling session between the counselor and Inda. As you watch, notice how the counselors communicate warmth and empathy, and how Inda gradually open up.
Hi Inda, how are you feeling for today?
A bit tired.
Yeah, because sometimes the medicine can make you feel very tired, right?
And I don't like the injection.
I understand that actually many kids or children feel scared about injection, right? So actually that's not easy to face something that hurts.
I try to close my eyes, but sometimes I still feel like
So actually that's okay lah in that, because actually crying doesn't mean that you are weak, right? And then it just means you are being really brave while facing something scary. Alright, so that actually today I brought some things back for us to pray. So actually I bring pencil and also paper, and then Inda, would you like to draw how you feel right now? And then you can draw anything that you want to draw. So can we try to draw it? Can I pen? You also can color lah. You want to color. You can try to draw. mom and about what will happen to you, right?
Yeah, she stay here every day, and I don't want her to be sad.
Right. So actually that's very kind of you, Linda. So you care so much about your mom. So you are both fighting this together. So like actually when you say you are scared, you might die. So what thoughts usually come to your mind?
I think maybe the medicine will work.
It sounds like a really heavy touch, right?
I the doctor also said that.
Let's see if we can find another thought that could also be true, or maybe some things like the medicine is helping me get better each day, right? Linda can be brave, Linda can recovery in the future, right? Right. So sometimes we have two voices inside us. One that will say that I can't do it, and another will say that I can try again. So for Inda, which one do you hear more often for now?
Maybe the first one.
So the first one is I can't do it, right? So okay. So today let's be together. Help the I can try again voice grow a bit louder. Is it okay? Alright. So for now, let's use your drawing to help. How about if you draw a brave little warrior for now? Who live inside you and help you find those bad cancer cells?
Okay. He has humor and lightsaber.
Most they observe. So do you think your brave warrior is fighting hard today?
Yeah, that's okay. But sometimes he gets tired. So
Yeah, so even warrior also will feel tired and they need to rest, right? So how about that we draw something that give him energy and maybe a power heart or love shoes from your mom? Is it okay? Let's draw together.
can I use
Of course, of course. You can use anything that you want to use. This is perfect, right? Correct. So this hurt as your courage, your mom love, and everyone cheering for you. Whenever you feel scared, you can't remember your brave warrior is still fighting, right? Yeah. Alright, so in that actually I can see that today you are really good, and then you talk about your feelings, your fear, and even create your breath warrior, right? So next time can we draw what happened when your power is weak another better? So I want to say that remember in that being brave doesn't mean not feeling scared. So it means you keep going even when you are scared, and you have already done that in every single day.
Thanks.
Thank you, Inda, and thank you for sharing so much with me today, and I'm actually very proud of you.
From the video, we can see that Inda was initially quiet and hesitant to speak. However, the counselor maintained a calm tone, gentle facial expression, and open body language, which helped Inda feel more at ease. When Inda began to talk about her fear of the hospital and injection, the counselor used reflection of the feeling, saying things like, Oh, it sounds like you feel really scared when you see the shrink. These simple but powerful reflections help Inda feel understood. As the session went on, Inda became more expressive, sharing not only her fear about pain, but also her worry about whether the medicine will work or not. We can clearly see the counselor's effort to build trust, allowing Inda to express emotion safely without judgment. The counseling session was mainly grounded in person-centered therapy developed by Carl Rogers. This approach focuses on providing three core conditions. First is empathy, understanding the client's inner world. The second is unconditional positive regard, accepting the clients without judgment, and congruence, being genuine and transparent as a counselor. In this session, this element will clearly show. The counselor expressed empathy by acknowledging Inda's fears of injection and her sadness about missing school. Unconditional positive regard was shown when the counselor said things like, "It is okay to cry, it doesn't make you weak." The counselor was also genuine and emotionally present, which helped Inda trust her. Because Inda is a child, the counselor also integrate art and play elements, such as encouraging her to draw her feelings to make the process developmentally appropriate. These PCT principles form the emotional foundation that made it possible for later intervention, such as PCT and play therapy, to work effectively. To summarize my part, the counselors first focuses on building a trusting and supportive relationship with Inda through person-centered principles. Once Inda felt emotionally safe, she became more willing to share and express herself through drawing and storytelling. This foundation of empathy and trust allowed the counselor to move on to more structured techniques, including cognitive behavioral therapy and play therapy, to help Inda reframe her negative thoughts and strengthen her coping strategies. Next, I will pass to Shaza, who will explain in detail how those two approaches were applied in the session.
Assalamualaikum. I will present the therapeutic goals for Inda. We divided our goals into short-term for immediate relief and long-term for sustainable coping. For short-term goals, our priority is to facilitate emotional expression. We want to create a safe space for Inda to voice her hidden fears about them. We also aim to reduce procedural anxiety, specifically lowering her distress regarding needles and injection. For long-term goals, we focus on cognitive restructuring, shifting her belief from medicine one word to a hopeful mindset. Finally, we aim to build resilience using the warrior persona to help her manage pain and stay strong throughout her chemotherapy. Next, I will analyze the micro-skill used by the counselor in the session. First, we use paraphrasing. When the client mentioned the cloud, the counselor repeated, "Use care of the needle." This confirms we understand the fact correctly before going deeper. Second is asking for clarification. Instead of guessing what the art meant, the counselor asked, "Can you tell me more?" This invites the client to assign her own meaning to the symbols. Third, reflection. The counselor noticed Inda wasn't just scared of pain, she was worried about her mother. By reflecting this hidden emotion, we deepen the empathy. Finally, summarizing, we close the session by recapping her achievement, expressing her fears, and creating the brave warrior. This ensures she lives with a sense of progress for every session. Now, I will explain the specific intervention strategy we use, categorized by theoretical approach. First, under the CBT approach, we use cognitive restructuring by the two voices technique. Inda expressed hopelessness, saying, "Maybe the medicine won't work." We address this by helping her identify this automatic negative thought and introducing a positive alternative voice. "I can try again." The rationale here is to empower her to distinguish between despair and hope, allowing Indah to consciously choose the adaptive part. Moving on to our second intervention, projection drawing, utilizing the art therapy approach. We applied this because the client had difficulty verbally expressing her fear of death. We guided her to draw this feeling, which appeared as a dark cloud and a needle. The rationale here is to create a safe psychological distance. By projecting the fear into paper, the trauma becomes an external object. This allows the client to observe it with reduced emotional reactivity and lower defense mechanism, making the topic safe to discuss. Finally, our highlight intervention, the brave little warrior. This strategy integrates between CBT and PCT to tackle Indah's deep sense of helplessness. She felt powerless against the disease. We guided her to create a warrior persona to fight the cancer cells. Here, the drawing is not just art, it is visualizing strength. The rationale is building self-efficacy. The drawing serves as a mental anchor. In the future, Indah can activate this warrior in her mind to manage pain and regain control.
The main strength of the session was the use of a person-centered approach. The counselor employed a gentle and empathic tone to help the client feel safe, especially since the client appears anxious at the beginning of the session. Micro skills such as a reflective listening and paraphrasing were also used to demonstrate that the counselor was truly listening. The counselor used child-friendly communication with simple language and gentle reinforcement. The drawing activity also helped the client express fear indirectly, which was highly appropriate for their developmental level and emotional state. Next, what could be improved in this session? The counselor could explore the client emotional more deeply, for example by asking about which part of the treatment they fear the most. Additionally, the transition structure from PCT to CBT could be clarified so that the session flows more smoothly. Next, non-verbal observation could be enhanced, such as noticing changes in posture or face expressions to better understand the client anxiety level. The counselor could also improve session closure with a clear summary and a small take-home strategy. Next, how the theory guide this session. Person-centered therapy guide the counselor in create a safe environment through empathy, unconditional positive regard, and self-clarity. This helps the client feel more open to sharing their feelings. CBT elements were used to help the client identify the connection between their thoughts and feeling, especially regarding fear of treatments, and the drawing activity served as an art-based technique to internalize emotion more easily.